These are the Daily Tech headlines for Friday, August 2nd, 2024. I'm Sarah Lane. The week of earnings reports marches on, so here are today's key numbers. Apple's third quarter set a record with $85.8 billion in revenue, or 5% growth year over year. But overall, iPhone sales fell slightly from $39.67 billion in the same quarter last year to $39.30 billion. And revenue in China fell to $14.7 billion. That's down 6.3% from a year ago. The growth came from services revenue, which was up 14%, and iPad also had a good quarter. Revenue came in at $7.16 billion. That's up nearly 24%. Suno and Udio, two companies that use AI to create music, have responded to lawsuits filed by major record labels Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, and Sony Music Entertainment back in June that claim both companies used copyrighted songs to train their AI models. In legal filings on Thursday, both Suno and Udio admit they use proprietary materials to create their products, with Suno saying it had used, quote, essentially all music files of reasonable quality that are accessible on the open internet. But the companies also say what they do is lawful under copyright's fair use doctrine, which allows for the reuse of existing materials to create new works. Intel had a bumpy fourth quarter with revenue down 1% to $12.83 billion. The company also reported a $1.61 billion net loss, or 38 cents per share, from net income of $1.48 billion, or 35 cents per share, in the year earlier period. CEO Pat Gelsinger said that Intel's decision to rapidly produce Core Ultra PC chips that can handle AI workloads contributed to the loss. He added that the AI PC will grow from less than 10% of the market today to greater than 50% by 2026. Intel also announced it would lay off over 15% of its employees as part of a $10 billion cost reduction plan. Intel also tells Tom's Hardware it will extend the 3-year warranty on its boxed Intel Core 13th and 14th gen processors to 5 years due to a recent crashing and instability issue with some of its chips running at 65 watts and higher. Intel plans to issue an update by mid-August for these crashing issues, which it says is a problem with excessive voltage. Chips already affected are not going to be fixed by the update. They will need to be replaced. But Intel says this will prevent unaffected chips from degrading. OpenAI announced it will give the U.S. AI Safety Institute, that's a federal government body that addresses risks in AI platforms, early access to OpenAI's next model for testing. OpenAI struck a similar deal with the UK's AI safety body back in June. The U.S. AI Safety Institute is part of the Commerce Department's National Institute of Standards and Technology and works with a handful of companies in this space, including Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Amazon, and NVIDIA. Amazon's revenue disappointed analysts, bringing in $147.98 billion, but short of the $148.56 expected. There were some bright spots, though. Amazon Web Services, or AWS, made $26.3 billion, above the $26 billion expected, which now accounts for 18% of Amazon's total revenue. Streaming service Venu, VENU, which contains sports offerings from Disney, Fox, and Warner Bros. Discovery, will launch with an initial price tag of $42.99 per month. Venu is set to debut along the start of the new NFL season and will include premium sports content from 14 different TV networks like ESPN, SF1, TNT, and Fox Sports, along with a library of documentaries and other programs. Venu will offer a 7-day free trial. The monthly price will be locked in for a year, and you can cancel at any time. Snap recorded revenue of $1.237 billion in its Q2. That's up 16% year over year. However, short of the expected $1.25 billion. But although Snap is losing money, it's losing less than it was a year ago. The company reported a net loss of $248 million. That's down from $377 million the year prior. Daily active users are up 36% to 432 million, with more than 800 million monthly active users. Snap's subscription service, Snap Plus, also claimed 11 million users. That's up from 9 million in its Q1. And finally, on Thursday, the EU Commission said it approves of Hewlett-Packard Enterprise's $14 billion takeover of networking gear maker Juniper Networks. The EC says an investigation concluded the deal wouldn't significantly reduce competition in markets for wireless local area network equipment and access points, Ethernet campus switches, and data center switches. The deal was first announced back in January. For more discussion of the tech news of the day, subscribe to dailytechnewsshow.com. You can find show notes and links to all headlines there as well. I'm Sarah Lane. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you on Monday.